Hey everybody, thanks for checking in. This is Mr. Hoig with the inspirational video of the day. Today my guest speaker is Dustin Houlton. Dustin is a WestSU grad and a huge WestSU supporter, supports WestSU year-round in athletics and everything else. He's constantly coaching youth sports voluntarily and was nice enough to send me a video with a ton of great information in it. His main lesson is honesty. And I want to just briefly talk about how much I agree with it and how important I believe it is to be honest with others and ourselves, just like Dustin says. And it reminds me of when I called my dad my freshman year in college, thinking I didn't play enough. And he could have very easily lied to me or tried to make me feel better. And he just said, well, it's because you're not good enough. Like, that's the truth, plain and simple. He says, it doesn't make me love you any less, but you're not good enough to play. So you're either going to have to put in an insane amount of time before, after, at night, in the morning, to make yourself good enough, or you're just going to have to be the greatest teammate you can be. And I think you should do both. And that honesty, although at first hurt my feelings, was so important to me in my life and in the way that I coach, and I have always appreciated that. But this is Dustin Houlton. Thank you again, Dustin, with the inspiration of the day.
Hey guys, this is Dustin Houlton with your daily inspirational video of the day. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a 2000 graduate of WestSU, married to my wife Rachel of 19 years, actually as of today, so happy anniversary. We have 3 kids, Charlie going into 8th, Oliver going into 6th, Lily going into 3rd. All of them attend WestSU and will someday be WestSU graduates, so they will forever be a part of the Falcon family, because once you're a Falcon, you're always a Falcon. Most of you have probably seen me around at sporting events. Sports are a passion of mine, so I try and stay involved. Coached a number of youth sports, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, heavily involved in the Ironton Summer Rec, the Ironton Pee Wee Tournament. So you've probably seen me at some of those events. I've maybe coached you or maybe coached one of your kids. I want to thank Jerome for putting this video series together. It's been very informative and insightful. I've tried to take a couple of things out of it and incorporate into my daily life. Just listening to different people and their perspectives is always very interesting to me. McVeigh talking about attitude and effort, that's something that through my coaching years with all of the kids that I'm coaching, that's one thing that I try and preach, is your attitude, your effort, and your body language plays a big role in how you're going to perform and how your teammates are going to perform. Those are things that your coach can't control. You need to control them. Bose's video on perspective. My oldest son, Charlie, was born with a condition called fibular hemimelia. Basically, he was born without a fibula on his right leg. He plays sports. He overcomes it. But it changes your perspective on life. So that one really rang home with me. Danny Holsoff talking about giving back, whether it be to your community, whatever, however you can. Those are important things to me, just giving back. So all of the videos, honestly, have been very great, very informative. I've tried to take at least one thing from every video if I can and try and apply it to my life. What I want to start off with today is one thing that I've always told the kids that I coach. Some of them are probably sick of me telling them this, but when they're not necessarily listening, I always say, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth because we should listen twice as much as what we should talk. I really think that is true, because if you really think about it, you can learn a lot more from listening than you can from talking. It's another reason why I love these inspirational videos that Jerome is doing, because if you can listen to them, you're going to pick up something that you can use in your everyday life. What I want to talk about today is honesty, and there's 2 different types of kind of the honesty that I want to apply to here. One is being honest with people in general. The other is being honest with yourself. Okay, so let's talk about being honest with people. So what do I mean by that? What I mean by being honest with other people, think back into your past. At some point, you've probably told a little white lie, a flat out lie. You've maybe stretched the truth or fibbed a little bit, whatever it may be. Think back to that time and then think to yourself, if you were back in that situation, had you just told the truth to whoever you told that little fib, lie, whatever to, how would that situation have been different? Would that situation have played out better? Would that situation would have been easier had you just told them the truth up front? I try and live my life by being as honest and open with people as what I can be. When I go look at a house and somebody's wanting a valuation on that house, basically I'm going to look at that, and I'm always going to tell my client, I'm going to say, look, I'm going to tell you what I think that your property is worth. I'm going to be as honest with you as I can. If you don't like what I'm telling you, I would rather have you be mad at me today than 6 months from now when your house is still on the market because I lied to you just to try and get a listing from you. It does me no good. It does you no good. It does nobody any good. So why not just be upfront and honest with them? You're going to get a lot farther. Second of all, being honest with yourself. At some point in time, we've all sat there and we've all thought that we're better than what we really are, or whatever. Be honest with yourself, guys. Whether it's going to the gym, working out, whatever, don't make an excuse for yourself. Be honest with yourself. Do you really want to get better? Do you not? Don't make excuses for it. Be honest with yourself. Also, be honest with yourself, knowing what your strengths and what your weaknesses are. Use your strengths to your advantage. Know what your weaknesses are so that they don't become a disadvantage to you. Make sure that you can overcome them. When I graduated high school in 2000, I was 5'10", 154 pounds. I know, drastic change from today, hard to believe. I even had hair back then on my whole head, not just part of it. God blesses us all with different abilities, different things that we can and can't do. The list of those things goes on and on and on. Fast, slow, strong, weak, whatever it may be. When I was playing sports, I didn't have the strongest arm. I played the infield, I pitched. When I was pitching, I probably never hit 80 on the radar gun, if I'm being completely honest with you and completely honest with myself. I had some success, not due to me throwing hard. It was because I would learn to try and pinpoint corners. I would change speeds. I probably threw more breaking balls than I did fastballs. For those of you who are playing high school today, ask Coach Engelman. He's watched me play many a times. I never made a living trying to throw a fastball. I threw more curves than I threw fastballs, but you had to still throw that fastball even though it wasn't your bread and butter pitch. You have to keep a hitter guessing. If you don't do that, I don't care how hard you throw. They're going to time you. They're going to hit it. I wasn't the fastest kid. I wasn't the tallest kid. In basketball, I had to learn to think ahead. I had to try and beat somebody to a spot before they got there. I was probably going to guard the 2 or the 3. They were 6'2" to 6'4". I had to try and front them and ask for help on the backside. It's just what it was. I knew that up front. We had to game plan for that. Football, if you're not the fastest kid, if you're not taking proper angles and whatever else, you're not going to make the tackle. You're not going to make the interception. You're not going to run for a touchdown. You need to be able to do those things. If your coach is telling you, hey, you're doing something wrong or your technique is off or whatever it is, don't try and lie to yourself and be like, no, I'm not. What? Don't make excuses. Your coach is there to try and make you better. That is, by you being better, your teammate is going to be better. Your team is going to be better. Your coach is going to look a heck of a lot better. You're going to be a lot more successful in general, all as a team, as an individual, whatever it may be. Your coaches are not there to tear you down. Your coaches are there to help you. So just be honest with yourself. Be honest with them. Try and improve every single day. And if you're not doing something right, figure out what it is and try and make it better. I'm going to leave you with one final thought of the day here. And hopefully by the time that I'm done, you will have learned one thing off of this speech. But anyways, my last thought of the day is go Falcons. And thank you very much for listening. And I hope I see you around. Thanks, guys.